Hi, this is Ronnie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm using my H2KAKWS style and I'm using the Halloween parts. That stamp set, that die set that you see there is one I got from Peachy Cheap, 2-3 years ago. And then the next one that has awesome storage for your dies is Little B. And I love it. It has a folder and a magnetic sheet, and you can just put them right in there. I cut out a few of the dies in advance since my big shot's over on the other table and I don't use it for this. I will pull out the Cuttlebug, I think it's called, for something later, but mostly I cut these out ahead of time as a 15-minute crafty thing, and it ended up longer. Yeah. But a lot of times I'll think I'll go in there for the 15 minutes and stay 30 minutes to an hour. This cauldron was on the Peachy Cheap die set, and it has a hand sticking out, and I am going to customize it to what I'm wanting for my layout. I've already used the hand on one layout, which you may or may not see at first. And then this one I decided to have the witch's legs sticking out. So I am going to die cut the little boots, and then I'm just going to make the legs that fit. I first thought I would use the die for it, but I wanted them longer than what shows on the witch. If I'd used what showed on the witch, then it would have been very, very short legs. All you would have seen was the boots and just maybe the ankles. So I am going to, here's where I'm going to cut the boots. And sometimes if you got your die too close to the edge of the plates, it won't go through your die machine. And guess what? I had it too close and it wasn't fitting right. So I went ahead and cut off part of the black there, so I could tell exactly where my plates were and where it was going into the little Cuttlebug. And this is my granddaughter's. I bought it for them to use, but then I realized one day if I had it right here on my desk, then I could go ahead and use it for me. And I will cut these legs too fat to start with. They do not look like they're going to fit down into the shoe, so I am going to trim them just a little bit more as soon as I notice that. And it will be after I put the glue on the boot. But I went to hold it up close and seeing it needed to be more narrow. So I'm trimming them both at the same time so they will match. Then I'm going to adhere them to the little boot or shoe or whatever that is. If I hadn't had the die, I probably would have I probably would have drawn and fussy cut some feet to go on in here. Yeah, I'm gone. I believe I am looking for vintage, it's old paper. Old paper, distress ink, so I can make that paper look like more vintage looking, I guess. They were pretty bright white, so I wanted to color them in with the old paper to make it match everything else that's in the layout. I saved that little scrap of paper just for these stockings for the witch. I had used it on another layout and I had this little scrap left, and I could have used it on the layout too, but I thought, wow, that'd be great for the stockings on the witch if I use that witch. That witch is not my favorite thing, but the feet and legs sure are. I like them. I think they're adorable sticking out of the bubbles on the cauldron. Here I am using, I'm not sure the name of that ink pad. It was gifted to me a long time ago. They were used when I got them, and they're still pretty good, so I am still using them. I wanted to rough up the cauldron just a little bit and added some dimension to it. And here I'm trying to add some flames. The picture has Kyler's mom with a red devilish outfit, and I was thinking if I use this glitter paper to add flames to my cauldron that it would help bring in that color. I could not think of anywhere else to use that color on the layout, so it's only 2 places. But if I think of something, I will go ahead and add it later. But at the moment, I can't think of anything. It is the maple leaf punch that I am using. And I did think of changing my picture to black and white. But I've had it printed out so long to use, and I hated to print out the black and white, and it sat there even longer. So I decided to go with it and use it. And the other thing that I use that is a challenge is that shaped piece of paper. There was several in the kit when I got it, and each had 4. Yeah, 4. And I have cut them apart and just used parts of them. But I decided to challenge myself to use the whole sheet on this layout. So that's what I'm doing. And as you can see, it's a unique shape. And I don't know how so much of it is showing in this video. I forgot to zoom back out. I will think of it in about a minute, so it won't be the rest of the video, but it will be about a minute's worth. Here I am putting foam tape behind the legs and the feet so that it'll add a little bit of dimension to this die cut, and the legs will stick up. And see how reddish looking well, it is red her outfit is, and those flames match it pretty good, as you will see in a minute when I get zoomed back out. Like I said, I think it's just 1 minute, but since I sped this up, it might be 1 minute on the sped up part. I used the die cut that was in the Peachy Cheap for the spider web there, and the haunted house is from the Little Bee, and so is the eek down there. And that jack-o'-lantern that I'm inking right now is from a very old Sizzix die, that's the green die. There I'm inking the stem of the jack-o'-lantern, and I'm using, what is that, peeled paint. I used my 1 1/4 inch punch to make some black behind this. My jack-o'-lantern isn't going to be lit up. It is going to stay black, so his little face shows up pretty good in this. These stickers that I'm showing right now, they were not in my kit when I showed my kit at the first of the month. Happened to think of them and thought, oh yeah, I am pulling those out. They were in my thicker drawer, and yeah, I am thrilled that I am using some of these. I am not sure how old they are. I know they're several years old, but they are going to get used today. Some of them anyway. I pulled out those stickers, and I believe those might be Wonder. I am not sure. I didn't think to look at them when I was using them. Sorry. If anybody needs to know, I will look, but I know they're old and might not even be available anymore. I'm adhering everything down because I'm getting pretty close to being done on my layout. The haunted house, I'm going to add foam tape behind it. And I thought about using the letters and making a certain shape for them to sit in, but this is the negative part of it, and I just put black behind it. The jack-o'-lantern's also going to get some foam tape behind it to add some dimension down in that corner. I did punch out several because I thought about using more than one on this page, but then decided against it once I got started. I am using the, what is that, Rusty Hinge Distress ink on the edge of the page, and I happen to notice how much the part of this, I use the same paper as the background of the page on the matting on the picture, and I noticed how much it showed up really bright, so I went ahead and used my ink on it also. I didn't pull it up, I just inked the edge of the foam on the blending tool and went ahead and went around it. I'm gluing down the spiders. The spider was a die that was in the Peachy Cheap die set, and I just kind of scattered them on the page. I have sent Halloween cards with little spiders all in it, so when they open up, the spiders fall everywhere. And a few people said it about gave them a heart attack. Mostly people said it was funny, but yeah, it makes really good confetti to go in a Halloween card if you happen to have a punch or a die that spiders. My title's heading out for a Devilish Halloween night, and I had put down several of those stickers that were in my kit, the orange ones, and I thought, they are really bright. Maybe I should ink them. Well, right there, HEA, I had inked that and got ink on the layout. So that is why you see ink everywhere. I did it off screen and accidentally once picked the green up, so then I had to add a little bit of green here and there. But yeah, when I was putting the title down, I added some inking onto the page. But if you look down below, you will see links to all kinds of inspiration. It'll be links to everybody else that is sharing their kit on how to kill a kit with style this month. If you leave a comment, if you have a question or just want to chat, either one, I'll get back with you. If you like the video, if you please hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you to subscribe. Getting tongue twisted there. But thank you all so very, very much for watching, and I hope you have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.